into RN Transition or Bridge program. Just wanted to come and talk to you guys about a few tips that I have to kind of help you get through text anxiety, okay? We all have anxiety for whatever reason. It's just more common now, or maybe we just paying more attention to it. Either way, we all have anxiety, so I'm going to give you a few tips that I use to help me get through nursing school, through LPN school, and then also while I'm going through my bridge program. All right, so let's get started. The first tip I wanted to give is to know your method of study. I think that's how you say it, method of study, your learning style. Know your learning style, aka the way you're going to study. So you can be a visual learner, you have to do through hearing or more of like hands-on. Know your style because that's going to be important for you to actually study and learn the knowledge and also help with returning the knowledge as well. Some things that can help you with that is, where are my flashcards? Got some flashcards. I kind of made my own. You probably seen them in a couple of my videos, but I bought some index cards from the dollar store, cut them in half, and created my own flashcards. So that's one way that you can use to help study. Another way that you can study is, I have these. If you're more of a visual learner, I have these right here that I printed out, just Googled them. Kind of more colorful, more bold letters to kind of help me get straight to the point. I don't want to read, some people read 300 pages of a book and highlight everything. If that works for you, great. But for me, I got to get straight to the point and I got to have some color. Or here's a great one. I have to have color, okay? Straight to the point. Tips, again, I found these on Google. I put them in like a clear sleeve just in case I want to test myself. So I have a number of these. I'm more of a visual learner, so that's what I use. You can also use Quizlet. A lot of people subscribe to Quizlet and upload their study material on Quizlet. We also have, let me see here, I got my notes. YouTube. YouTube helped me so much while I was in LPN school, okay? Sometimes a professor may tell you one way, your classmate may tell you another way, your book may tell you another way, and you still like, wait, I just don't get it. You go on YouTube, you type in boom, 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 critical thinking for mental health, and then here go a bunch of videos where people are telling you different ways. All of a sudden it starts to click. So tip number one, know your study method, know your learning style. That way when you do study, you can retain the knowledge and pretty much help you with that test, okay? What's the worst thing, going to take a test and you don't even know what you're testing on, like. So go ahead, make sure you know your study style. Make sure while you're studying as well, another important thing to kind of help with anxiety and calmness and your mental overall is to make sure that you take a break. Make sure you take a break. Don't go a whole hour of studying without taking at least a 10-minute break every 30 minutes. That's how I do mine. Every 30 minutes I take like a 10-minute break just to kind of help with information overload and keep me calm. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two is make sure that you test before you test. Okay, our bodies have muscle memory, and so that kind of helps with calming us down as well. So if you have like Saunders, have questions online, this is usually provided as a resource through your school. It's like a Saunders, a Hestia, ATI. They have like these questions, NCLEX style questions, anywhere between hundreds to thousands of questions that you can click on the actual subject that you're working on. You can click on if you need to practice more on your select all and apply or multiple choice. You can use those tools as well. Again, it's the same kind of questions, whether it's on Saunders, HESI, ATI. It kind of help you out. So if you're going and you're studying and then you go ahead and you test yourself on a computer on these websites, then when you go into the actual testing setting, it won't be so foreign or uncomfortable for you, okay? So that's my second one. My third tip I have is essential oils. I have a few of them that I use. Oops. I have like peppermint. Peppermint is known to kind of help with focus. And then I also have like cinnamon and lavender as well. Kind of help with relaxation. So typically what I'll do is, whether it's me studying or me actually taking the test, I encourage both times to use it, but I just dab some on my wrist, rub it together, boom, 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 to kind of get it all in that T-zone so you can breathe it in and relax and stay focused. I even, sometimes if I'm like, okay, I need a little bit more, I kind of, sniff it on my wrist. I know that sounds like weird, but I promise you guys, it works, okay? It really works. A lot of the professors that I've had, not one of them had an issue with me using the oil, and then I just slide it to the end of my table and go ahead and start my test. It helps with focus, it helps with relaxation, and kind of calm down some of that test and anxiety, okay? Let me grab my tool, sorry guys. Another tool that I have here is my noise cancellation headphones. These are huge for me. Like, people make fun of me and I don't care, but look, I need these, okay? You can get these at a Walmart, you can get them at a Target, you can get them at like a gun range store, any outdoorsy kind of store, hunting, things like that. People use it for the gun range, but these noise cancellation headphones help me so much through nursing school when I'm taking a test. It muffles out all of the extra sounds that's going around you, whether it's people completing the test early, so they're packing up their bag and making a lot of noise, or people going in and out of the door just because they're finishing their test, the door slamming, that's a distractor. Prime example, okay? So our first test, because I'm in the bridge program, my first test of this semester, not everybody had a laptop, so we had to go to the computer lab. There was a student in there that, of course, was not part of our class, but she was in there and she was working on a paper. So as we're doing our little click, click, click to do our multiple choice questions on our test or our select out and apply, she's the whole time typing. The whole time we are testing. The whole time. I was like, oh my God. That's when I realized your girl done forgot her headphones, because for some people it wasn't a big deal, they can just focus, but of course for us with test anxiety, anything can be a distractor. So I bring my noise cancellation headphones. I told my professors at the beginning of the semesters, hey, my name is Shar, I got test anxiety, this is what I use. They're able to kind of look in there to see it's not cheating or anything. They're noise cancellation headphones, okay? A huge help, a huge help. A huge help. I'm laughing because I have so many stories where people make fun of me of wearing these headphones, but it really, really helps, okay? So tip number 5 that I have is simple. Stay positive, okay? Stay positive. If you go in and you're already down and you're sad and you're being negative about it, or you're doubting yourself, then you already putting that energy in the room, okay? Stay positive, okay? Some people fail tests. It happens, okay? You can still pass the test. Pass the class even if you fail a test, okay? It's not the end of the world, okay? All you have to do is go back, review, hey, what did I do this time that made me fail this test that I don't normally do, so you can make sure that you don't fail it again, okay? You have to stay positive. I always have told myself through nursing school, the whole time I would say, look, you don't have no choice. You got to be a nurse. Sacrifice so much, spend so much money, so much time. You have to be a nurse. So I really didn't give myself any other option. That way I can stay focused and stay positive, okay? Another thing is making sure that, and this is part of like that first tip while you're studying, is making sure that you take a break, okay? Take a break every 30 to 45 minutes. Take a 10-minute break so that you can be cool, calm, collective. It won't be so much information to where you're like, okay, it was so much, I don't know what I'm going to remember. Take breaks in between, okay? If you know your study style, know your learning method, take your breaks in between. Test before you go to the actual test. Our bodies are muscle memory. So hey, if you come into there and you sit down, your mind is going to remember, okay, this is the type of question I had before. I got this. This is how we answer it, okay? That helps with some of that testing anxiety, using the oils, whether it's peppermint, lavender, eucalyptus, whatever you need to kind of help you calm down and stay focused. Block out them sounds. Block out them sounds. Of course, you can't use this for actual NCLEX, but while you're testing during your nursing school process, use these cancellation headphones because it's a huge help. It helps more than you will ever know. And again, also number 5, stay positive. You got this. You're not the first, last, the only one to go through nursing school. It's not impossible. You got this. You gonna walk across that stage. You got this.